Hello my dear students, today we are going to continue our lesson related with natural resources, how people use natural resources. So, we learned what are the natural resources, renewable and non-renewable, and we gave examples to these. And now we are going to talk about something called as pollution. So, what is pollution? Did you ever heard this word before? So sometimes when we are using natural resources on our benefit, we can also damage the environment, damage the ecosystem. Pollution is the waste product that damage an ecosystem. For example, even the waste materials that you are producing in kitchen or when you are doing an activity with papers. All the waste materials can cause pollution, can damage the ecosystem when they are not controlled, when they are not recycled or collected. So pollution can be in the air, in the water, or in the land. Soil can be polluted, water can be polluted by the waste materials. For example, air pollution can cause serious illnesses like lung cancer or asthma. And water pollution, for example, can cause deaths of millions of animals. Here we have an example. You can see this busy street. So these vehicles are basically polluting the water with the exhaust gas, and the bikers and the people, walkers, are breathing these polluted air into their lungs. And we need to find some solutions like carpooling or using vehicles only when needed to decrease the amount of pollution in the air. We should be responsible for decreasing the pollution. We can do whatever we can to protect our ecosystem, because ecosystem is the main resource which is feeding us and making us alive. What we said, pollution can be in the water we use, the air we breathe, and the land we use. So what we see here, we see polluted water. Garbage in lakes can affect the animals and plants that live in and around. So this is an example of water pollution. Okay, this pollution, this waste that you see all around this lake will of course affect the life of the animals, plants, and even the people around itself. And that's why, because all of us connected with nature, even humans are connected with animals and plants also. We depend on each other for living. Air pollution, here, the smoke from smokestacks like this can get in our lungs and cause health problems. So this is an example of air pollution. It can also affect your health, and it can also affect the health of the ecosystem, health of animals and plants. Plants are basically our main resources for cleaning the air. They are producing oxygen. But if we produce a lot of waste materials to the air, they will not keep up. They will not be able to clean that much air. They also need some oxygen for living. This runoff from agricultural crops sprayed with pesticides and fertilizers can be also a pollution. Here, for example, this is a water resource, but it is all polluted by this waste materials, this garbage and the chemicals, and it will not serve as a cleaning, or it will not be used for watering the crops around itself. It's a really very bad example actually for water pollution. So the exhaust from these gas burning vehicles can cause respiratory problems for humans and animals. So this is an example for air pollution also. Even plants, like I said before, will be affected from this air pollution. What else we have? Garbage left on the streets and not only pollutes the land, it can pollute the air with when a gas burning truck is used to clean them up. Okay? And these garbages are collected in the great landfills, and they are also polluting the land around themselves. And this is a type of pollution also, what you can see in the streets or what you can see in the big landfills. We have a question here. It's a really easy question that you will understand it quickly. Choose the images that are most likely a result of a water pollution. So, do you think that this water is polluted here? It is looking really transparent. We can't see any pollutants in the water. And this one also we can see underwater clearly. It is looking really clear. But on the other hand, this water here we can clearly see that this is polluted. We have garbage on it, and this is looking it doesn't have a transparent color. So this pipe appears to be dumping untreated waste into the stream, and this can both harm the stream and the river that flows into, and also it will just harm the environment around itself. It will harm the animals who are living in the stream. Would you like to be a fish inside that water? Or do you want to be a fish and a water like that? Of course, the fish inside this lake are happier than the ones who are living here. So pollution is not only affecting us, it is also affecting the animal life and plant life. So here also this pond looks like it has been used to dump waste material, and this material decomposes. It can harm the plant and animal life around itself again. So this sewage and garbage can pollute water immediately, and clean water where healthy fish can swim freely is a place without water pollution, like we saw in these two examples. So let's try to solve this really simple question about pollution, renewable resource and non-renewable resource, and cover what we learned in this unit. So just match the vocabulary with the right image. Try to do it by yourself first, then please just see my answer. Here we have trees, we have coal, and we have a seaside. So what we say that trees are renewable resources. On the other hand, coal is a non-renewable resource. And this picture here, if you can see closer, it is clearly showing some water pollution. Simple. You know what a renewable resource is, what are non-renewable resources, and what is pollution. I also want to show you another type of pollution, which is soil pollution. It can be polluted from the chemicals leaking from the storage site, or runoff from the roads, okay, or with the fertilizers and pesticides, okay, or the landfills that we are putting the garbage, or the oil storage tanks. All these leaks basically can harm the soil, and we need soil for life. It is not a joke. It is really important. Like soil, water, and air are our main resources for living, because if we don't have soil, we can't grow any vegetables, we can't grow any food. If we can't grow any food, also most of the animals will be out of food, will run out of food. Also, we can't be able to eat meat. And it will be, if we pollute water, we can't use water in in growing crops in our fields, agricultural fields. And we can't use water for drinking if we pollute it. So that's why it is really important to protect our natural resources that we depend on for living. They are water, air, and soil are essential resources for every living thing and for the health of ecosystems. So let's try to solve another question from your book. So it is asking for us to write two types of pollution in the effect box, and in the cause box we will write the cause for each of these solutions. For example, let's imagine that what can we write? Water pollution can be an effect. What can be the cause of water pollution? The sewage system, if we just pollute the water with the garbages, it can be a reason. Or if we can give if we give waste materials to the water, to the river without filtering it, it will also cause water pollution. And what else can we have for the effect box? Think about it. Give your examples first, and also find causes for each type of pollution and write it. Okay, and then check from this video for my answer. We have some example answers here, but you can write different type of answers, don't forget. Okay, so it is the end of this lesson 1. So if you want to revise, just open Unit 7 Natural Resources and just revise Lesson 1. Pages between 336 and 337 was today's subject, and the rest of the exercises will be your homework. Please open 338, 339 and 340 and just do your homework. Okay, see you in the next session. Thank you for listening.